Pre-algebra lesson 71, powers of fractions and roots of fractions. This can be a pretty simple lesson if you already know how to solve these two problems right here, right? So if you've remembered how to solve your square roots and your exponent or your power problems, then this will be pretty simple. But just a quick refresher, if you remember, square root is asking what times itself will equal that number, because there's an invisible 2 in this notch. Every now and again you'll have cubed root, which is got a 3, and it's asking what times itself 3 times, etc. But if you remember how to do these, the square root of 16 is equal to 4, because 4 times 4 equals 16. Now, likewise, the opposite, 2 cubed. This is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, which we know is 8. So that would be the answer there. Now, we should already know how to do this. If you're having trouble with these, then you need to go back and rewatch that lesson. Make sure you're very good on roots and exponents before we go on to the next one, because the next one is how to do roots and exponents with fractions, right? And it's really simple. If I have to do the square root of a fraction like 4/16, I just do it to both the numerator and the denominator. So I ask myself, what's the square root of 4? What times what equals 4? Well, that's going to be 2. And then what times what equals 16? Well, that's 4. So my final answer would be 2/4. Oh, wait, I can reduce that. So that's going to become 1/2. My final answer is 1/2. Okay? Now, some of you may be asking, hey, Mr. Claiborne, can I reduce before I go ahead and do the root? I'm going to tell you no. I want you to get in the habit of doing the root first and then reducing afterwards. Okay? In this particular problem, it looks like, hey, I could reduce and it would still work out fine. That's not always true. So I'm going to tell you no. Okay? Just deal with the exponent first, which is technically the radical, then reduce once you've got a whole number. Now let's go to this one. What about if it's cubed, 1/2 cubed? Same thing as over here. I apply it to both the numerator and the denominator. I'm going to cube both the numerator and the denominator. So what this becomes is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. All right? Or 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, and then 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4, 8. So the answer would be 1/8. All right. Now it's very important you don't forget to cube the numerator, because what if our problem looked like this? What if it was 2/3 squared, and you forgot to square the 2, right? And you did 3 times 3 for the denominator, which gave us 9, but then you put 2 over 9. That would be wrong, because you're supposed to do 2 times 2, which would be 4. This would be the right answer. So don't forget to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. That's all there really is for this lesson. We'll do one more example. We'll do a cubed root, right? Yeah, we'll do a cubed root, because sometimes those can get tricky. Let's do this one. This is a nice trick question. What is the cubed root of 1/8? All right. Some of you may be thinking, well, I know the cubed root of 8 is 2, but what is the cubed root of 1? Well, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So the root of 1 is always going to be 1. So the cubed root of 1 is 1. The cubed root of 8 is 2. So the answer is 1/2. All right. So that's a fun, quick trick question. And that's all there really is for this lesson. If you understand radicals and exponents, this is a really simple lesson. You know, what you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.